Carl and Lou here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Life, gbhblofficial.com for short, and we are going to be talking about the Download Pilot event that is to take place as of the time of recording in a matter of weeks. It was literally announced a few days ago, out of the blue as well, totally unexpected, that we would be getting a 10k, that's 10,000 people capacity pilot event to help open up live music, taking place on the hallowed grounds of Download, Donington, in the UK, between the 18th and 20th of June 2021. It initially passed me by. This is social media for you, the state of Facebook, as it were, is that this could be announced, and I didn't see it for hours. And then I just heard someone mentioning it, I think in a comment. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then went out of my way to look for it and was like, oh, okay, this is a thing. No one really seemed to cover it. I think it was such a surprise. No one seemed to cover it. And I know like mainstream news media and stuff like that, and we don't really cover news in the traditional sense. Well, you can accurately get it quickly on our website. So this is our opportunity to kind of talk through it, talk about some of the details and the bands that will be playing. First things first, I want to get this out there right now. Although we have been critical of Download's booking, etc., in the past when it's come to certain events, we hugely support this festival. 100%. It's a rock and metal alternative music festival in this country that is successful, and we want to be successful. Have been so many times in the past. Full weekends to day tickets as well. It's just that, you know, to our own individual tastes, it doesn't always hit the mark. Simple as that.
And I feel like this year, I think we were always disappointed when you would hope that they could have done it this year. We was like, oh, could they have Download not pushed it back by a month?
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah, originally.
What were the options? Did they have the option? Clearly, didn't have the options here. Was it still too risky, being so close to the last stage of like getting out the restrictions? But yeah, nothing worse than like thinking, oh, that's another big one of like our festivals, as we call them, not taking place for 2 years. So this is like really exciting to hear.
Yeah, it was very disappointing when they postponed it again to 2022. And, you know, we did have this discussion internally and locally whether or not it could have been pushed back and all that. But truth be told, it would have been near impossible, you know. We're talking about restrictions being lifted fully on June 19th, 2021 in the UK. And already that is now up in the air. And we're going to get into the debates and the semantics of whether or not it should or shouldn't. That's not what we're here for. We're going to talk about this event, which is part of the second phase of the government's event research program. As we already said, 10,000 person capacity camping.
You have to camp. There's no day tickets.
In Donington Park. Everybody on site would have taken a lateral flow test before entry and, very importantly, received a negative result. And will also have taken a PCR test. So basically, the whole point of this is it means you'll be able to do what you normally do at a festival. You can go circle, but you can jump into a mosh pit. You can dance, you can hug, you can relax. Social distancing is not there. Masks are unnecessary. It is that opportunity. You just need to have hit these requirements. Simply put, if you don't, or if you're a knob and like, oh, I ain't doing it, well, you're not going to be getting in. It's as simple as that. Researchers from Public Health England will be overseeing this study. They will be gathering data on transmission risk, the suspension of social distancing, and face coverings over these several consecutive days. And obviously, this data hopefully this data will ensure events will go later in the summer. You know, this is a big deal for us, not us personally, everyone in the rock and metal world, because if this is successful, if this goes very, very well, and the data from it is fantastic, like the data that was received from the first set of events that occurred, you know, a few weeks back. This is important for Bloodstock, you know, for that to be able to successfully go ahead. Considering this is 10,000 capacity at Download, and Bloodstock is potentially double that in the same situation. Maybe not even that much, you know?
I thought it was kind of closer to 15, but that's just me not knowing.
But yeah, so if you are planning to go to this Download pilot event, we're going to continue on with this sort of science part, just to kind of get it out there. There is a certain criteria that you need to do to fulfill the research needs. One of them is that over 16s. There are no children at this event. Everyone who wants to attend will need to read and agree to a consent document first to say they understand the research process and they meet the criteria before they can buy a ticket. If you were, although this is actually irrelevant now because it's already surpassed that time, but if you had a ticket to 2022, you could get first dibs with the pilot events, but now I believe they're just on general sale. You'll need to take a lateral flow test at home, and obviously it has to be negative for you to enter your event. But, and this is an important aspect, should you unfortunately test positive, don't worry, Download will refund you completely.
That's good.
Yeah, that's very important. It gives you that kind of peace of mind.
Yeah.
It gives you that peace of mind, particularly as if this is going to be an event, a requirement for big events for the foreseeable future, you need to kind of know you'll get your money back, you know?
Yeah, because it's going to be disappointing enough to not be able to go. To be out of pocket as well, you'd be like...
Or fighting to get the money back.
Yeah,
It's not so much out of pocket, because I don't think anyone really believes you would be out of pocket.
Yeah.
But it's more having to fight to get it.
Yeah.
And be like, it's going to be so incredibly disappointing if you've been waiting for so long for a festival, or you've had this opportunity here and you're not sick, you're asymptomatic.
Yeah,
and, that's a bugger of it, The researchers also need you to take a PCR test and drop it in a priority post box before you get to the event. And all you will need to show at the gate is your ticket, matching ID, and your negative lateral flow test results, which will be as a text or an email from the NHS. 5 days after the event, you'll be asked to take a second PCR test and send it back to the ERP. Listen, that part's really super important. It'd be very easy just to go, you know what, the event's done, I don't care anymore. Do it, man.
Yeah.
Do it so that we can get these events up. So you can prove to them that, listen, I didn't get ill from this. This went really, really well. And it benefits everybody.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish.
They'll have your details as well when you buy the tickets.
So they're going to chase you down on that. So
So
you can get more events over on the Download website. And I just think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. I've got nothing negative to say about this event taking place. What possible negative... We had nothing. Nothing. And now we've got this trial event. And all you need to do is jump through a couple of very simple hoops.
You've probably been doing them for months anyway.
And that's it. Exactly that. You can
top.
get frustrated about those hoops and all that, but it's simply this. It's this or nothing.
Yeah.
So let's have something.
I say that the organisation to get it together that quickly. I mean, I don't know if they were given like a deadline to hold an event, because obviously the data needs to be analysed afterwards. They want to know by a certain amount of time.
I'd love to know a bit more details about it, so on. But I said to you when we talked personally, I suspect that a lot of festivals, like I wouldn't surprise me if Glastonbury organisers were asked and talked to about doing it and either couldn't and so on. But just so happens in our genre of music, we've hit gold, struck gold in this. So if you are planning to go, unfortunately not, I won't be there. It's too soon, not enough time. I know it's going to be a major problem for a lot of people, and I'm working nights over that weekend. But I'll be watching with such anticipation and jealousy for pictures of that weekend, seeing the videos come up of bands playing Download and all that. And, it's going to hit me there.
Yeah.
I know it will. It's going to hit me there. I'm going to be like, oh, damn, man. But I just hope everybody has a really, really great time. We'll get some more details about it as well. If you're considering buying a ticket, they cost £120 plus booking fees, includes camping and parking. So pretty reasonable for 3 days of music. What else we got? The lineup is complete. It's done already. We'll go through that at the end. The capacity, we already said, is 10,000.
Yep.
The site layout is quite intriguing. It's very different to what you're used to at Download. What I know of Download, it's camping in the arena all in one, which is really unusual. Yeah. It's 2 stages, a main stage and a big top for the second stage. The map, which you can see on the Download Pilot website, it's weird to look at, But I can't quite picture it myself. I cannot quite picture this 10,000 download capacity. 10,000, that it in this capacity festival that normally gets 60, 70, 80,000 that big,
I quite like the idea of it as well, especially
it's quite intriguing,
if
right?
someone's a bit younger and it's their first opportunity for a festival and they've not had anything like everyone else, but this is the first opportunity of a festival and it's so different. I think it's going to be quite a nice experience for some people,
I think if it was something I could do, I'd really consider it, because of that. Oh, as Lou already said, no day tickets, weekend tickets only. There's no rocking up for a day. Remember, this is a research event as much as anything else. There's a thing about staying on site. Now, you don't need to stay on site. However, they're kind of encouraging you to do it. Yeah. Sort of saying, look, we've got food, we've got drink, music starting. Where are you going to be going? Do you need to go into town and buy cheap booze and stuff like that?
Hotels, everyone thinking people might stay in hotels off site?
No, I don't. No. Is that not part? I don't think it is, because the whole point is it's camping and
suppose,
like that kind of thing.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You can bring your own food or drink with limitations. It's on the website as well. From that, they've given you a link where you can get your lateral flow tests as well. Very important, you cannot get tested on site. Don't be rocking up and thinking, yeah, sweet, I'll just get tested while I'm there, problem done. It's not. You've got to do it at home before you arrive.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Merch will be available. Cash. This is important. Cashless. Cash will not be accepted anywhere on the site. So, contactless, with your card or on apps on your phone, Google Pay, Apple Pay, that's what it's going to be
It's nothing new
about.
nothing new for download and futures in festivals in general going forwards.
Mm.
Because download have done with varying degrees of success. They've
We've
had
experienced,
tokens.
we've done a few different variations over the years, haven't we?
Yeah.
Tokens back in the day.
With days actually put on them. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Terrible.
So yeah, if you got to the end of Saturday and you'd bought too many, overestimating how much you've got to drink, you'd have to either see if someone wants to buy some off you if they wanted some last minute drinks and they give you the actual money.
Yeah, crazy, innit?
Or just have to like smash loads of drinks down. Yeah, so cashless is going to be the way forward for everything. So they will be more efficient. I reckon it'll be a lot quicker.
There will be.
It'll be a lot more.
This is COVID has given these companies, forced them to kind of adapt quicker. We were always going to be heading towards cashless festivals and stuff like that. This has guaranteed it.
Yeah.
The risk of cash, hands, transfers, handling and all that, it's not going to be worth it. It'll be the same when we come Bloodstock and all these events going forward now. And once you've gone this way, you'll never go back. You're never going to go back.
For like the organisational part of it as well, obviously you've got to have money, you've got to have like floats for your tills and all
It's
the rest
just
of
a
it,
transfer.
so
Look, I have COVID and I don't know it. I touch this note, I hand it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes in that till. Someone later on is going to be touching that note as the account. There's so many different ways where it's simply put, here's scan, done.
It's quicker as well. Things like food as well. Like we see people taking off gloves to take.
Provided it works.
Yeah.
You know, provided it works
yeah.
okay and you don't get this whole crap of like, oh yeah, our card machine isn't working and stuff like that. It's like, well, that's not going to be very good, you know?
No.
Yeah, so of course, like I said, we said at the start, you know, you're going to be able to mosh, you're going to be able to rock out, you're going to be able to circle pit, you're going to be able to do that. Those who want to do something want to do it, but want to do a bit more luxury, there will be a limited number of upgrades available. RIP Camping, RIP Classic Belvoir 2 and 4 campervan plots, all situated in Park Farm. The RIP upgrades don't include a festival ticket though, so you've got to kind of buy the ticket first, then do the upgrade. Thoughts on that? Bit of a weird one, right? To sort of be doing like VIP in a 10,000 capacity festival. That's about testing and more research and stuff like that.
It's extra money for them.
Which what it is, isn't it?
And if people want to do it to a bit more comfort, why not have the option there? It's just limited. I mean, they've only got if they're judging that there's not enough interest, they wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know what limited means. 50, I don't know. It's obviously campervan spots the same problem. Much smaller site. There are campervan plots, but only in the RIP section, and are very strictly limited. And there will be coaches as well arranged and things like that. So let's take a look at the lineup then.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, right? Taste is taste, each to our own, and all that crap. We are not going to be going, oh, don't like this band, don't like that band. It's simply not really about that. It's more about would we be interested in the music based off the fact, trying to imagine that we have these festivals all the time, like per normal, so we can be a bit more picky. It's that kind of situation. I have very much disliked the negativity in the comment section on these events. Are you kidding me? Don't go then.
Yeah.
Don't go. This is something we weren't expecting to have, and now we will have. And you're going to go, no, I only like 3 bands in that lineup. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. Just like someone watching this right now isn't going to be sitting there going, I really care about what I think of Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. That's not the case. This is, putting it simply, it's just opinions.
It's the whole thing's just important. So when
It's such a big deal.
When the thing happened in Liverpool, the gigs that happened in Liverpool and things like that, like I had no interest in the music at all. I was like, oh god. But just the idea of putting people together and like they showed clips of it and people singing along and getting emotional. It was like, yeah, that's the same for us for our music, you know. So don't knock it.
Absolutely.
It's going to be snapped up and people have a good time. There we go.
I just want it to be successful. That's all I want it to be, is successful for selfish reasons, so I can go to a fucking gig. And let's not forget this, folks. Let's not forget this. We need our 20,000 arena, Lady Gaga, fucking Little Mix, whatever these popular bands. I don't know. What's a popular band these days? Dr. Dre.
Quite granddad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we need
hitters,
the big hitters, the popular musics, to be going out there doing successful events and so on, so we can have our 200 capacity shows, our 50 capacity shows, our 10,000 arena shows first. It is simply put, that is what always get the choice. The fact that we have download doing something in our area, in our field, is even more exciting because it's going to get a ton of coverage.
Yeah.
It's going to get a shit ton of coverage from the mainstream media, which is so rare.
Yeah.
So there are bands on this that will pop up. It'll be fucking
Clips
BBC
and stuff,
News at 6 o'clock or ITV News at 7 or whatever these channels do their show. And they'll mention download this pilot event going on right now. And they might show a little bit of clip in the corner of one of these small time bands. You know what I mean? That's awesome exposure, as it were. So Friday. It starts on Friday the 18th of June. And we have Death Blooms, Malevolence, Hot Milk, Holding Absent, Boston Manor, Sleep Token, Neck Deep, Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. Yeah, solid all across the board. It's all across the board. I do think this lineup is very much geared towards. No, I say that at the end about what I mean about geared towards a certain audience more than anything. So I think I can get it clearer. But yeah, I mean it's solid across the lineup. On a personal thing, not much there that I really care that much about. But again, if I was there, I'd be very interested in seeing the likes of Malevolence,
I'm there.
Sleep Token, Neck Deep. You know, I'm there.
Yeah.
It's gonna rock no matter what.
Exactly. Yes, I don't know much of it, but it is the whole thing. You're there. You're going to be around people. It's going to be quite what's the word? I can't use the word contagious, but like the energy is going to be amazing. So
yes, absolutely. Saturday, the 19th of June. Lotus Eater, Conjurer, As Everything Unfolds, Bleed From Within, The Horror, Wargasm, Tiger Club, Vokvi, Those Damn Crows, Yonaka, Twin Atlantic, Stone Broken, Creeper, While She Sleeps, and Enter Shikari. That is my jam. There is so much in that I would have so much fun with. Lotus Eater, Conjurer, straight away, Bleed From Within, Wargasm. Because I haven't had any music, I will go along and sing that I Don't Want No Job in Starbucks for 5 minutes as well. Do you know what I mean?
Because again, they are limited. Like we still travel a lot of travel restrictions.
Of course.
So
still, you can only do what you can do. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you can only do what you can do. And last notice as well. So you could have got other bands from Europe, if you know, like with more time for quarantine and things like this. This is done in like 3 weeks time. Yeah. So so they really need to kind of.
Let's be honest. They probably got. This has probably been planned for like a month or 2 months before.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's not like they just got told in the day.
No, but still, still quite a lot of restrictions. So
of course, the restrictions for worldwide travel has meant you're limited to what you can very much do.
Yeah.
But that trio at the top there, Creeper, While She Sleeps, and Shikari, you know, that sounds like a lot of fun. Absolutely. Sunday, Static Dress, Saint Agnes, Cassetti, Employed to Serve, Chubby and the Gang, Loathe, Higher Power, Lonely the Brave, Jamie Lennon, Elvana, Massive Wagons, Trash Boat, The Wild Hearts, Skindred, Frank Turner and the Sleeping Souls. And the headliner is Bullet for My Valentine. The only time Bullet are ever going to headline down, so enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know, that was bitchy, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Bullet. Again, there's so many great bands in that, so many up-and-coming bands that definitely are going to be able to use this platform in a way they've never had the opportunity before. There's so many opportunities for bands here. I think that's really fucking cool as well, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine a band like Skindred. Oh my god.
I wouldn't have chosen Skindred out of that, really.
No, yeah.
What do you mean?
No, like from like as the day goes on, because I'm not really interested in Bullet from Valentine. So things like someone like Skindred.
What do you mean? No, I meant that these bands are given an opportunity to step up and prove that they are worthy of this, of a higher position. Skindred are Skindred. Skindred already have that position and are likely to ever go up or below. I'm talking about the likes of Loathe, for example, is a band that can really, really make a name for themselves. While She Sleeps, Lotus Eater and Conjurer, bands that are or like 1 album or 2 albums in, you know. Yeah, Skindred are there for the fun factor, you know.
Yeah,
that's absolutely.
That was my point. It was just like I was just kind of scanning, listening for like personal level who would like really embrace the specialness of it.
Absolutely.
Like, bands that I've already seen as well. So, but yeah, like when you go like Employed to Serve, we enjoy them. And so Frank Turner's there again with a different band.
Frank Turner and the Sleeping Souls. No, it's Frank
Frank
Carter.
I don't get confused.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
There's 2 Franks.
And they're very different.
I know, too many Franks.
Musically.
That's not a good name for a band. But yeah, it's gonna be good fun.
Yeah, all we can hope is it's incredibly successful, and we wish it all the success. And if you're there, man, honestly, have the best time possible. You know, try and enjoy it. Fingers crossed the UK weather holds up for you, because if there's one time Download deserves damn good weekend, it's this fucking weekend. And if you are going, let us know, man, what your worries are, what your concerns are, how excited you are in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?